I remember probably pretty close to a year and a half ago meeting Dennis Yu for the first time. And one of the first things he told me to do is claim my Google Knowledge Panel. So as you can see here, I now have my Google Knowledge Panel. It's claimed and it has a confidence score 208 on Google, which is pretty crazy. I'm missing some stuff right now, currently in the process of kind of trying to fix it in some ways. But after I claimed my Knowledge Panel, the next thing he told me to do was that I needed to repurpose all of my YouTube videos into articles. So as you can see here, 1.9 thousand videos on this main channel. I also have a podcast down here that has, again, another 141 videos, 69 of those being actual episodes. I've got my media channel, which is probably what you're watching this on right now, which has another 43 videos. And so I have this huge library of content that is just spread out across all these different things. And there was no real way that I had it organized so that I could easily repurpose it. At the time, repurposing was very difficult. It took a lot of time. It was taking me an hour an article because I was trying really hard to make them really good. At the time, I was using ChatGPT and custom GPTs to actually write the content and then going in manually myself to actually put them into WordPress, do all DCO, rank math type optimization and all that. It took forever. It was super annoying. And eventually I just stopped doing it. I was like, I just didn't care for it. It was taking too much of my time and I just didn't see the value in it at the time because there's so much other stuff that we're working on that was just higher value at the time. But now with Claude, it has become 1,000 times easier. And so I'm making this video to recommend to you guys that you go and do the exact same thing. Not only can Claude completely just build you your personal brand website, this is what mine looks like right now. It is entirely different. Revamp the entire thing with Claude. And honestly, it looks great. And again, this really didn't take me very long. This probably took me 5 minutes of my own time and then obviously much more elapsed time. But what it can do is it can take all your videos and inventory them in a Google Sheet. So this is just the process that we've been using, or the format we should be using, I should say. So for myself, I set this up where I have personal videos, Dunk Talk episodes, How Good Media, and guest appearances. So the personal videos are the videos on my personal channel where I do all my professional dunking stuff. Dunk Talk is obviously the podcasts. How Good Media is, again, digital marketing related stuff. And then we've got guest appearances, which is the podcast that I have been on. I've been on a podcast in a while. If you have a podcast, hit me up. I'd love to get on some more soon. And so I had Claude just go through my channel and just take all of the videos and put them in this format where we've got video title, YouTube link, article link, and then QA'd. At some point, I probably won't need to do QA'd because I'll just have so much stuff going on, or I'll have so many reps with Claude that it will actually know how to write them properly. But at the start, a little bit shady on this one. Very similar setup, except instead we've got episode numbers. So that makes it a lot easier to look at. But basically, I've already had it going through these podcast ones and repurposing it onto my podcast website, dunktalks.com, and it's starting to get it. So obviously we've got the title, the embedded YouTube video, all the rank math optimization stuff, like a meta description, slug, all that. And then this is actually starting to look and sound like me, the actual content itself. And so the way I've been doing that is the first few ones, like episode 1 and 2 here, I've actually gone through the articles and talked to Claude about it and said, okay, I don't like this section. I would have said it more like this. I don't like this part, blah, blah, blah. And I'm building these skills so that Claude can then go in, make those changes, and then apply it so we have an actual knowledge base on what these articles should look like in the future. And so I've already got 2 of these done, and now I'm ready to basically kick off all of them to go at the same time. And so more recently, I've been doing this within Claude Code. I need to update my warp here clearly, but basically I'm taking all the advice I've given it and then it's going in via an application password on WordPress and actually editing these posts. And so this has been way faster, way better. I don't know if it's able to update the Google Sheet. Actually, yeah, I'm working on a Google API thing right now that allowed to do that. But this is just, again, I started off this video by saying that this was something that I've wanted to do for a year and a half now, but right now is actually by far the best time to do it because you're able to take these podcasts and not just repurpose them in some generic way, or then you have to go and spend a bunch of time on it. Claude is actually starting to save a bunch of context between different things. And then eventually you're going to have these skills and everything built up so much that it just becomes easy. And Claude is able to go through and just mass produce these and get everything out there. And obviously what we don't want it to do is generate. We want it to actually repurpose your real experiences. That's a big thing with Google is EAT. We obviously want to honor that. It's one of their guidelines, in fact. And they added the second E, experience, because they knew that stuff like this would happen. where people would just start mass generating content because of AI tools. That is not what we do. Everything here, this isn't just making up nonsense or inferencing what I would say if I was writing an article on this. It's actually taking the transcript itself from the video, and then it is taking that transcript and repurposing it into an article, taking out a bunch of key important details from throughout the video. It's even quoting people, stuff like that. So I talked about this in the actual structure of this content tracker kind of thing in a separate video on the local service spotlight channel. So if you want to go check that one out, definitely go do that, how to set this up. But again, you can just ask Claude. So pretty easy. And then from there, obviously, go and repurpose all of your videos. I'm going to be doing that for all of the personal videos I have. All of the 143 that I decided were worthy of repurposing for the personal channel, all the 69 episodes of my podcast, and then all of the 44, about to be more after this video, episodes on, or videos on my hobby media channel, and another 8, probably more podcasts as well that I've been on. So great way to build your confidence score on Google. As you can see here, 208. This is going to go up a lot after all this stuff, just all this information, corroborating information about you, leveraging your relationships. You know, I've interviewed a lot of people on this Don't Talk podcast. For example, where are we at here? Like 47. We've got Jordan Kilgannon, the best dunker of all time, on the podcast. So leveraging your relationships, actually making them public and making them seen on Google is going to help out with this a lot. So not only just for the love of the game, documenting what you're doing, but also for this knowledge panel success here. So let me know, is this something you guys have done? Have you got all your videos and stuff inventoried and repurposed? If not, definitely recommend it. If you guys have any questions, I'm more than happy to help. So yeah, let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next video.